How can you design the best evening routine for yourself to be able to fall asleep easily and also to be able to finally overcome your long-term insomnia and sleep problems? So in this video, I'm going to share with you something that I discussed with a client during our group sleep coaching session that I facilitate within the Sleep Skills for Life program. And this particular scenario relates to someone who has previously had struggles sleeping together in the same room with her other half. And I think this is quite a common thing I hear more and more these days. And if you haven't yet, you can check out my other video on this idea of sleep divorce, meaning sleeping in separate rooms. I approach this topic in a different way, and I think this particular approach that I'm going to share with you today is going to help you to really start looking at that particular situation in a different way. Now, obviously, when it comes to evening routines, you've got to take into account what are some of the things that you're struggling with. And again, I'll break it down in this video in terms of physical preparation, emotional preparation, or mental preparation, and what some of those differences are when it comes to which one is more appropriate and how you can really figure out where to go with some of these things that are suggested when it comes to this idea of best evening routines. Now, if you are returning to my channel or you're part of my email community, then welcome back. If you are new, then a very welcome to you. My name is Beatrix Schmidt. I'm a sleep coach, a professional speaker, and the creator of the Sleep Skills for Life program, which is my way of helping people like you to finally overcome their sleep problems or long-term insomnia. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button below, and once you watch the video and you like the content, hit that little like button below as well. And if you hit the little bell too, then I will be able to let you know when I post new videos. So this is a way for me to be able to keep in touch with you. Now that we covered that, what I wanted to sort of talk about a little bit before we jump into my answer is a little bit of that context. So this person that I've answered this question for found it a little bit tricky to figure out what was really working for her. And her mind actually started to ask a question about, why am I sleeping better? And there was a little bit of this doubt and perhaps even a bit of frustration around not knowing what to actually answer to that question. So again, this can happen. And this client has been in the program for a while, so we've done quite a bit of work with her, and this will be just one part of that work that we've done together. But I do think that it's really going to give you a different way of looking at this idea of evening routine. Not every single thing works for every single person, and the way I approach an evening routine is to make sure that it works with you, with who you are, with your personality traits, with your lifestyle, so that it really is personalized to you, because the general things doesn't work for everyone. So let's go into my answer to this certain scenario that my client has asked me about. You're at a place in the program where you've done quite a bit of work. We've changed a lot of your mindset. We've changed a lot of the concerns, worries that were swirling around in your head, or changed, calmed down, answered. And you've also adjusted a number of things for you. So this is where everybody's different. For you, one of the biggest parts was a mindset shift that was making a difference. So not everybody needs a perfectly physical evening routine to create a great sleep. Some people it's more emotional, some people it's more mental, some people it's physical, some people it's a combination. But the percentage of combination is not 33%, 33%, 33%. For some people, they need more of the mental sort of changes, mindset changes. For some people, they need more of these worries addressed. So emotional changes, calming you down, answering your questions, moving away from doubt to certainty. I understand what's happening rather than I don't even know, I don't have any clues. And a lot of the things, common sense things, is what we work through. And we work through with most of you. So don't let your mind create a worry or a question on or not knowing, because not everything is going to be a perfectly single answer of that exact thing is what created this. Now, and I'll continue in a minute. So and I had a look at your very first sleep diary and your most recent one. So you were not able to sleep together in the same room with your other half. And you also took 3.5 hours, 2 hours, whatever how long to fall asleep, more than a couple of times per 7 days. Biggest thing we've done for you or with you is helped you to move back and not have an issue. That caused a lot of the doubt, nervousness, worry for you. It created a lot of, what we talked about more recently was this, well, what if he wakes me up and I can't go back to sleep? That's a worry. So we cleared out a lot of that stuff that was part of that entire picture. So for you, the reason you're sleeping better is because we've done all of that work. It doesn't always mean that it's the perfection of the evening routine, even though maybe you're not doing the quiet time exercise perfectly every single day, but you've surrendered to practices that you do often enough or partly often enough. I'm not sure what the quiet time exercise is, but you have surrendered to the practices. And I think one of the biggest things that makes a difference for you is that you're not concerned about your sleep anymore, not like you were at the beginning. That is a major impact on your relaxation because you can. You are able to sleep with your other half. You're enjoying the fact that you're able to sleep with your other half. That has a massive impact on relaxation. So even though you don't know the exact why, remind yourself that you've done an incredible amount of work to get to untangling stuff. And sometimes that is part of that answer, is why you're sleeping better is because we untangled the uncertainties. So that's one. The other one, I think for you, not being able to sleep with your other half was really difficult for you, and you can now. So, and you don't have major issues. That gives you a lot of confidence. Confidence is also part of relaxation. Because you're not heading to the evening doubting what's going to happen tonight. You will be okay. Maybe not perfectly amazingly ate, but you will be okay, not like the doubts you carried to bed with you before. And I think those two are the two that made the biggest difference for you. Now, it's okay to ask the questions to understand. But what's important is don't let your mind create something else. You don't have to perfectly know. You kind of know. Mindset changes, creating a more relaxing environment, letting go, feeling relaxed with your other half, not letting your mind take things out of context. That is one of the biggest things that helped you. So what helped you is that stuff. The quiet time exercise for you is going to help you not get saturated again in your head. And that's why I said to you, if you start with 4 or 5 out of 7 days, that is way better than not doing it at all. So if you do it 3, 4, 5 days per 7 days, you are in a way more relaxed position than if you never do it. So when you've done the quiet time exercise enough, what it can also do is last longer than 24 hours because the practice is there. You might be walking down the street and still practicing it instead of just sitting down for half an hour because now the skill is installed, which is what we talked about a couple of times ago. So with enough practice, it will then have other places in your life as well. I do think that your mindset, you're way calmer and you are way more confident. And that is very underestimated. People think I've got to do and buy, but not everything is about the doing. So what did you think about this different way of looking at the evening routine? I would love to hear from you. So if you have a question about this, or maybe you have something you wanted to share with me about which part resonated with you the most, then pop your comments below and let me know what you liked about this different concept that I shared with you. Again, every single person is in a different situation. Often sleep dynamics and sleep issues or even insomnia might look the same from the outside, but it doesn't mean that the same things will work for you to be able to overcome it. This is where that self-awareness is really important. Understanding what is the root cause of the issue that you're experiencing. And so I think this video really shared with you all about these different ways of looking at it. Now, if you liked what I shared, hit that like button below. If you haven't yet, then hit the subscribe button below and the little bell as well, so I can keep in touch once I post new videos. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.